What's up guys, Taylor Mayers here with All Day Training. I still haven't come up with a name for the blog yet. I think Cole and I just come up with the name ADT-TV, which sounds a little funky, but bear with us, we'll come up with something new in the future. But in the meantime, I want to talk about post-workout nutrition today. It's one of the most asked questions I get, which is, what should I have after my workout? And really that's a loaded question. It depends on the goal. There are two types of goals my clients typically have. Naturally, it's either get lean or put on lean body mass. I think there should be some combination of both, but we're going to start with the clients that really are trying to get lean or lose a lot of body fat, or even just a little bit of body fat. First and foremost, the highest priority for you, if you can afford it, is a post-workout shake that includes a fast-digesting protein and very fast-digesting carbohydrates, preferably from a carbohydrate powder that's made up of primarily waxy maize or dextrose. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about why here in a minute. But the reason why you need fast-digesting protein and fast-digesting carbohydrate is you have a window after your workout. Most people have heard of this window. They used to say 30 or 45 minutes. Actually, there's a lot of research out there that's supporting you've got a much longer timeline. You've got something close to an hour, maybe even an hour and a half. But that still doesn't mean that you need to stall, guys. You need to get nutrients in as quick as possible. So whether your goal is to get leaner or to put on lean body mass, you need fast-digesting protein in your system. Doesn't matter who you are. That is the highest priority, preferably from whey protein isolate, because it is the fastest digesting type of protein. And there are different types of whey. But just know if you have some type of whey, you're going to get a fast digesting protein. I personally take Pro 5. Can you see that? Can you see that? Okay. Pro 5, Pro 7, or Forza Pro. I get these from NutriShop here in town. And the reason why I like Pro 5 is because it's a mixed protein, meaning it's got two different types of protein I prefer. Whey isolate, whey concentrate, and then casein protein. Casein, or casein, it's got like 3 different ways to say it. But casein protein is a slower digesting protein. There's research out there supports that athletes that take, or clients that take, that combination of the two proteins increase their lean muscle mass significantly, because one's a slow digesting, which keeps your body in an anabolic state for longer periods of time. So a fast digesting, slow digesting protein. That's why I suggest Pro 5, Pro 7, or Forza Pro. I like those mixed proteins. As far as the carb powder goes, if you can afford a really good carb powder, this is by far the best way to go. Even if you're getting lean, you should have a carb powder or something to replenish your carbohydrate. Now, that doesn't mean that you're giving yourself permission to eat as much carbohydrate as possible just because it's post-workout. In fact, another frequently asked question I get from clients is, well, should I take carbohydrates after a workout if I'm trying to get lean because carbs are bad? First of all, carbohydrates are not bad. It's that you eat too damn much of them. That's what makes it bad. So if you can eat clean, for my clients, it's a case-by-case basis. For my clients that are eating clean, they're eating animal protein, they're eating fresh vegetables, grow-to-the-ground foods, nuts, seeds, berries. Most of the day, those clients have earned the right to get a little carbohydrate post-workout. I would say anywhere from 15 to 25 grams of carbohydrate is sufficient for women if you've earned it. If you've earned it. If you've been eating like crap most of the day, you haven't earned it, which means you should probably just have protein powder, fast digesting protein. Remember, always, that's highest priority. But you haven't deserved your carbohydrates, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been eating like crap most of the day. That means eat your protein so that you can start that protein synthesis. You can promote that lean muscle mass, which is going to keep your metabolism boosted. But stay away from that. If you have been eating clean, even if your goal is to lose body fat, if you've been eating really clean, I will let my clients have between 15 and 25, 15 to 30 grams of fast digesting carbohydrate. What does fast digesting mean? It's a type of carbohydrate like dextrose or waxy maize, or even sucrose, that will spike your insulin and get the recovery process started faster, because insulin's what shuttles the nutrients into your system quicker and gets it into the cells as fast as possible. So a carb powder will do that really well. If not, you can pick certain fruits. Cole was trying to help me remember my list earlier, but kiwi, pears, pineapple, fresh berries. What was it?
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit. Yeah, he's going to help me out. It's my guy behind the scenes doing my time. Apples and bananas aren't bad, but they're not the first choice because they're high in fructose. And I'll tell you guys, fructose actually, even though it's a faster digesting carb than some, it's actually slower than those other carbohydrates I just described. So I would prefer you not get fructose in high doses. So fruits that are high in fructose, try and stay away from those, unless it's your only choice. My buddy Brett Hickey at NutriShop even says a pixie stick is a good choice. Believe it or not, I'll probably catch some heat for that. But because it's high in dextrose, it spikes the insulin and gets the recovery process started faster. So try and stay away from fructose, guys. Faster digesting carbohydrates, only if you've earned it. Only if you've earned it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the other client we have are the clients that are trying to gain lean muscle mass. So for mostly guys from my strength camp, I always tell them, get as much protein as possible. Depends on your body weight. You'll hear most coaches tell you, depends on body weight. I always tell my athletes, especially guys, to try and get between 30 and 40 grams of fast digesting protein. For my women, anywhere from 15 to 25 grams of protein, depending on the size of the athlete, male or female. All right? They will always, if your goal is to put on lean muscle mass or just mass, mass in general, is to get a carbohydrate powder. I love Mass Fusion. I just started taking Mass Fusion, and the reason why I like Mass Fusion is it contains 70 grams in a serving, 70 grams of fast digesting waxy maize, which is a form of carbohydrate. Now this is for my clients that are trying to gain mass, y'all, okay? Quick reminder. And you don't have to take the full serving of 70 grams. If you're a smaller athlete, you can take a scoop to a scoop and a half if you feel like 70 grams is too much. I weigh 200 pounds, so I take the full 70 grams. And plus I eat fairly clean the rest of the day, so I've earned it, guys. The other reason why I like it is it has crealkaline in it, which is a form of creatine. I firmly believe if your goal is to get stronger or gain lean body mass, you need some form of creatine in there. Creatine monohydrate is the most highly studied supplement on the planet besides vitamin C, guys. And I don't care what they tell you about that, all that hype about water retention, is it safe for the kidneys? Unless you have some kind of disorder, especially kidney disorder, there's no reason why you can't take creatine, all right? I would prefer crealkaline. My buddies at NutriShop tell me crealkaline is really the best in terms of the way it's absorbed into the body. Or creatine hydrochloride, I hear, is another really good one. So this supplement already contains creatine in it. 2.5 to 5 grams is about all I think you need, guys. Post-workout recovery, that'll get that recovery started really fast, gaining that lean muscle mass, replenishing your phosphocreatine stores. Here's another one I just started doing my reading and studying on, is beta-alanine. Beta-alanine has been proven through research over the last few years that I've learned recently to increase lean muscle mass, increase power, increase strength in athletes that have those goals. So beta-alanine is another one that I would consider putting in my post-workout shake. Guys and gals, if your goal is to put on a lot of lean muscle mass. Both of those are in this along with 70 grams of waxy maize. There's another one at NutriShop I really like that has a lot of dextrose in it. These are fast digesting carbohydrates. So those are the two primary things you need, guys. One thing I didn't talk about is, let's say you can afford the protein but you can't afford the carb powder. So this last part I'm going to talk about is how do you get your carbohydrate, whether your goal is to gain lean body mass or to get leaner, lose body fat. You've heard it all. Just get carbohydrates. Well, you don't want to be dirty bulking, guys. Don't go eat McDonald's just because you think you're getting all that carbohydrate back to replenish. That's terrible for your body. It wreaks havoc on your metabolism. So good choices would be the fruit I described earlier. Any fruit's better than no carbohydrate replenishment, but I would prefer fruits that are lower in fructose, higher in dextrose, which is just another name for glucose, or sucrose. In terms of white bread products, if you don't have a carbohydrate supplement, I always tell clients, half a bagel's good. By the way, there are two different sizes of bagels, guys. So if I tell you a whole bagel, I mean a whole bagel that's about 3 or 4 inches across is probably gonna have 30 to 35 grams of carbs. If you've got those big old 5-inch wide bagels, you're gonna cut that in half, okay? Because the large ones are closer to 60 or 70 grams of carbs. So ladies, just because you worked out and you were good all day does not mean you deserve 70 grams of carbs. I'm talking about my guys that trying to put on that lean muscle mass. But even for you girls or guys trying to get really lean, half a bagel is perfectly fine. Rice cakes. I'm normally not a fan of rice cakes. They are so void of nutrients, but there's one time a day where I think that they'd be really beneficial, and that's post-workout. Because we're creeping in 9 minutes. I told you I talk a lot. I told you I'm long-winded. A rice cake with a little bit of jelly on it post-workout, well, guess what jelly has? It's got a lot of sugar in it. It's got a little bit of fructose, but it's got a lot of dextrose in it too, guys. And guess what? That's going to get that recovery process started. It's going to spike that insulin, get some carbohydrate in the system. The key, guys, is moderation, how much you decide to take in. White rice is a good one. The whiter the better because we want to get faster digesting carbohydrate, right? I would normally say brown rice. White rice is good post-workout because we're trying to spike the insulin, get the nutrients in. So a little bit of white rice, some grains would be fine. White potatoes preferably because sweet potatoes tend to be slower digesting. So post-workout, we want more of a white potato. But if your goal is to get lean, again, I can't emphasize this enough, guys. You have to earn it. You have to earn it. So if you're eating clean and you're trying to get lean, and you've been eating it all day long, then you deserve the carbohydrates. Like I said, 15 to 25 grams. Guys trying to put on mass anywhere from 40 to 70 grams of carbohydrate, okay? Hopefully I haven't said too much to confuse you guys. If you have any other questions, follow us on Twitter, ask me more questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Please only say nice comments.